Today we're working with our friends at Brainerd Sports and Marine in beautiful Brainerd, Minnesota. Hi folks, I'm Nathan with Two Guys a Ride. Today I'm out here in beautiful Brainerd, Minnesota, and I'm at Brainerd Sports and Marine, and I'm here with Brian. Brian, thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Nathan.
So tell us what we're taking a look at today.
So this is a Starcraft CX 25 DL Bar.
Ooh, I like the end of that.
Yeah, it's a really unique arrangement out of Starcraft.
And we'll get inside in just a little bit here, but starting out, this is a Tri-toon.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, can you purchase it as a pontoon?
So yeah, it comes either bi-toon or tri-toon.
Okay.
You can do it either way.
All right, real briefly, what's the advantage, would you say, between, or why would you want to buy a Tri-toon versus a pontoon?
So the biggest thing is ride and performance.
Okay.
So especially if you're going to get into pulling skiers, doing some water sports.
Yeah.
The Tri-toon's really going to turn a traditional two-tube pontoon, which is a displacement craft, into a planing craft. So you can do anything you do in your runabout or deck boat or anything you can do with this, and probably do it even better.
Okay, so, for those of you that have, two boats, you got a speedboat and you got a pontoon.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing that you get into Tri-toons that enables you to get rid of one boat, right?
Exactly.
And have everything in one boat, you're not putting out twice the money.
Right.
So are they a little more? Yep, they are. But when you figure out the price of two boats,
And two lifts and
and
all
two
the
lifts
accessories
and all
that
the
go
labors
along.
and everything
Yep.
that goes into that, yeah, exactly. All right, so the Tri-toons here, the third one is a little bit recessed.
Yes.
But they are what, 25-inch diameter?
All three are 25-inch diameter. and then
Pressurized?
all pressurized tubes, and then when you get into the Tri-toons, you always get an underdeck skin also that helps in the performance.
Okay, and so, when we look underneath here, we really can't see any of the understructure just because they have that skin on there.
Yeah.
It's a little better look, a little better,
little bit.
I'm assuming aerodynamics, water's not splashing up inside and hitting anything.
No, but hydrodynamics. So when you get water pushed up in between those tubes, if there's frame members for that to catch on, that's going to slow you down. By smoothing that surface, you're going to increase performance.
All right, and then these, I'm assuming these are more like a tow hook if you're gonna gently pull a tube backwards,
Right.
Or you need to help somebody else in assistance.
Yeah.
They're not really a docking thing.
Not really docking. In fact, people use it as an anchor, a place to hook the anchor if they're throwing it out.
Yeah.
But they're actually lifting points. So if we were in saltwater or down in Florida or something where dry docking is popular,
Oh,
they'll hook here, and there's two on the back of the tubes also that they hook on.
okay. I did not realize that, but they work really good for anchors.
Oh yeah.
Now, you got recessed cleats right here, so they'll just
Just
pull
a
up.
flip up. Yep.
Okay, and then you've got some amazing navigation lights on the side. I was looking at them before we turned them on, and I'm like, okay, these are kind of small. You got docking lights, and then you've got your nav lights. But man, when you turn on those LEDs,
They are bright.
they're blinding.
Yeah. Unbelievably bright, and it's all just in a small little single light.
One of the things that I like that surprised me, because I was looking at them quickly, but on the side, you've got the nav light, the green and the red, and they're nice and bright. But then you've got this strip
Yeah.
of light. It's not quite as bright as the top, but it is bright.
Yeah.
Gives you a little bit extra. And then when you turn on the docking lights,
Yeah.
so you got the straightforward lights, two of them, which are very bright. But then you've got these really cool, the sidebar that lights, and in that case, when you turn on the docking lights, those strips are bright.
Very bright.
I mean, you get a nice sort of a 180 cast of light for pulling up to the side. That was something I just had no, that is really, really neat.
Yeah.
Okay, this comes with what kind of a motor?
So this right now is priced with a Suzuki 200 horse.
Okay.
Now you can put anything up to a 300 horse on it.
Okay.
Our best selling option for this is the 200, but
Okay.
we do a lot of 250s, 300s. It's got power steering, so you can put any size you want.
Okay, so but that's what for the price of it, and we'll talk about that later. But that is includes the motor.
Yes.
Now it does not include a trailer, correct?
Does not include trailer.
Right. And for those of you that are watching the video, go, why doesn't it include a trailer? Well, up where we are in Minnesota, a lot of people don't buy trailers because they borrow a neighbor's, they have a boat service come and put them in and out. So a lot of people figure, why spend the money on a trailer when it sits in my garage 99.9% of the year?
Yeah, it's extra maintenance. One more thing to worry about, and a lot of our customers are full service. So we will pick them up in the spring, winterize, store them here, and they just call us when they want them
Right.
back out.
And you just take it, right. Yeah. Which is a really nice service. Okay, well, now we're going to step inside and take a look. All right, so up in the front here, let's talk about the flooring first. What do we have for flooring?
So this is a weave vinyl flooring product, and it's got a little bit of a pad underneath it. So it looks like it's weaved, but it's actually just printed on the top, so you can't really get anything stuck into it.
Okay, so when water gets on it, which it will eventually, where does it doesn't seep through?
No, it's completely waterproof. It'll sweep out underneath the seats or out the gates. All the rails are actually spaced
raised,
up.
yeah. So that's going to protect your treated lumber underneath too.
Correct.
Okay, so it looks really nice. So it's got a really nice look. It's got a nice feel to it. You do feel that little bit of a sponginess, which is pleasant on your feet as you're walking around.
Yeah.
It's a little reminiscent of carpet, without the problems of carpet, I would say.
Absolutely.
Oh, I would never put a carpet in a pontoon again. Okay, so seats.
Yes.
What do we have? What are they made out of?
So this is all a soft touch vinyl.
Okay.
It's all triple stitched, as you can see. Really gives you, I mean, it's durable like a standard vinyl, but it gives you a leather feel if you feel that.
It does. When I was feeling it earlier, that's why I was kind of wondering. It's like, that can't be, that's not leather, because that is really supple. I mean, it's really nice. You know, when it's just sit down right here, it's comfortable.
They have very comfortable.
You've got a
seating.
nice, what I like for me, I just noticed, but this little extra, I know it's not extra, but where the stitching starts here, down, you have, it's a nice cushion on your back without feeling like you're actually sitting on wood or plastic, or it's really nice. Okay, now I like the color contrasting. That of course is very nice. You do have 2 cup holders on either side, and those are built in.
Those are built in.
Right?
Yep.
So you don't have to pick up something and move it. But you've also got something in the middle of, what do we have in the middle of each of the cup holders?
Those are USB ports. So all of your built-in cup holders have a little USB charging port for your cell phone.
Okay. So USB A's.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'm assuming we have underseat storage here.
Yes.
Probably plenty of it.
Yes, all of these flip out into a nice underseat storage area.
Okay. Yeah. Why? And then of course you got the water channel that goes around the outside, then leaks to the outside, right?
Correct.
So you don't get water, and it's fully enclosed. So it's a dry storage, we'd say.
Absolutely.
Right. So you're not going to get any water from the floor that seeps through to it or anything.
Anything that'll come off the back here will catch in that channel and then go out the back.
Now, one thing I spotted that you don't see really commonly, and I like it, the speakers, the wiring is covered by a plastic guard from the speaker all the way down through the floor.
Yeah.
There's no exposure.
Yeah, it's really important on these because you're always filling these full of life vests, all the extras.
Yeah,
and stuff
I mean, you could be sticking small paddles in there for a little kid's inflatable boat or something. There's a lot of things you could catch on there.
Absolutely.
I think that is really smart. All right, now in the corner up here, we've got a little bit more storage.
Yep, these are all hinged as well. Open up, big storage area.
Oh, yeah. Now, so that actually continues into here?
Yep, that'll actually
Okay, so it's one long
big,
storage, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
You can use it as a separate one, and you put something longer in there. And then, of course, this side would be exactly the same.
Yeah, this will mirror that side.
Okay. All right, so a couple more things up front. These part of the chaise lounge do not open up here, but there's a reason for that. This one is right on the driver's console, and this one is hiding something else that we'll see in a minute. But you do have under the seat lightings. You got mood lighting, I guess I call it, right?
Yeah, mood lighting or courtesy lighting. Just gives you a little bit to light up the walkways as you
go in the evening. Yep. Okay. So we are going to then move forward and talk about the in-floor storage and then the surprise that's behind the chaise lounge there.
Sounds good.
All right. So then we got some storage under here.
Yeah. That's in-floor center tube storage. Huge storage.
It's actually part of the center tube.
Yeah, part of the center tube. A huge storage area. If you open it up, you can see just how deep it is. And it goes back about 8 feet. It's a huge storage.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so great for, skis, paddles. I think you could easily probably store the top in here as well.
Oh, yeah. Cover, bumpers, anything you might want to put in there.
Oh, boy. So...
yeah,
that's deep.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really deep. Wow. I mean, that's so nice to make use of that center tube and have all that extra storage that you don't have to have. I just love how much storage we have in pontoons.
Yep.
Okay, so what do we have back here that's hidden?
So this is a privacy enclosure that's built right into this
really?
chase lounge here. Yep, it flips up. Open this, pull, and then this will flip up into a little higher, a curtain that drops down that you can use it changing.
Yeah, it's got about another foot to extend upwards.
Yep. And then
so for taller people, your head might be poking out, but that's all right.
Yeah.
You got everything else covered. That is really neat. I mean, and that's just all hidden right in there.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen some of these on other boats, but they usually take up a lot more space.
Yeah, that's what I love about this design is it's built right into the chase lounge. You don't need a separate piece of furniture to house it. It's not taking up any seating space on the boat.
There are 3 doors on the boat. Of course, we got the front.
Yes.
We got the very back. And then you got this one is that wheelchair wide?
Yes, it is. Yeah, their side gate is wheelchair accessible.
Okay, that's nice. And that's just standard lift and
just
okay.
Lift and pull.
Very nice.
As you can see, this is also a huge storage area. You look inside of there, just how big it is. It's
I mean, it goes to the end here, folks.
Yep.
I mean, it's huge. Yep. There's some electronics from the dashboard and stuff, but they do have a box they're kind of kept in.
Yeah, it's all pretty much.
And your hydraulic steering pump is here.
Yeah, it's directly underneath that, and that's where you'd actually, if you needed to service it or fill it.
Oh, there's a port
up top there. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Wow. I mean, just in the front alone.
Yeah, huge storage.
Huge storage. Okay. Well, I think it's time to take a step back to the driver's console.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, it's a very nice driver's seat.
Yeah.
What functions does it have?
So that's a captain's recliner. It's got a slider, slides back and forth, a swivel, also a recliner, so the back reclines.
Now, maybe it was my imagination, but when I sat in it earlier and I reclined, it almost felt like the armrests were self-leveling.
Yes, they're auto-leveling arms.
So they don't go up.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a nice feature. I mean, you use it 3 times, you're going to forget it's even there, but not have it, and you're going to notice.
Yeah.
Okay, under the seat lighting, I love that. All right, so let's talk about the driver's console. So I like the steering wheel.
Yeah, they put a designer steering wheel on there.
I really like it. I mean, I like the feel of it.
Yeah.
I like the firmness of it. Okay, and it's a tiltable steering wheel. So you can obviously tilt down, and then you can tilt it back up. Okay, so audio system?
Yeah, so it's a JL audio, a Bluetooth radio.
Okay. Boy, those are nice. So you've also got storage under here, right?
Storage under there. It's a great place to put your phone, and you can see it's got a shaded top, so it keeps your phones from overheating if they're sitting out in the sun too long.
Then you've got a cigarette-style lighter charger. You can put an extra phone charger in or whatever you have, and then you've got 2 USB-A's under there. Okay, and then let's just go through these switches real quickly here, but basically you got master power, your nav lights. You've got courtesy lights.
Correct.
Interior lights here. I mean, see, it's the first time I'm sitting here and I can figure them all out. But I mean, that's something, right? Sometimes we're abbreviating, you can't. Yeah. So, docking lights. Those were the lights I was telling you what the side. Wow, I mean, that's just really, really cool. Of course, you got underwater lights if equipped. Now, this particular boat doesn't have it on it.
Correct.
But they put all the switches on.
Yeah, so it's the same dash regardless of what options. The dash has every option you could have. So if you wanted to add it, it's already got the switch for it. It's just running the wire and the lights.
Okay. So then you got exterior lights.
Yep.
And then you've got a bilge pump, your radio. You've got another pump. What's that different from the bilge pump?
If you've got the in-floor storage like this, you need a pump for that because rainwater could get down in there. And then also they have a pump for the transom area that can pump that out if anything gets in there.
All right. And then, of course, you got your horn.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I missed the most important one.
Absolutely.
So the bimini the top is power?
Yeah. It's power bimini, big 10-foot top, just push-button operation.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That is nice. Okay. Talk about the gauges right here. I love the gauge setup, and I love the little windshield, and then your overhang here to kind of block some of the sunlight.
Yeah. Keep some of the sun off the gauges, makes them a little bit easier to read. Analog gauges. You have a GPS speedometer there with a volt gauge built in there. Tachometer on the right there with fuel gauge built in. They even give you a couple extra spots here in case you want to add any gauges.
Okay, so those are dummy gauges right now.
Yep. And then you've got your trim gauge down here for
Yep.
the motor position. And then this is what they call a system check gauge, and that's unique to Suzuki. Basically, will tell you lights will come on if you have any issues with the motor. It's going to tell you what's
It's
happening.
going to tell
there.
you. Okay. Now, over here, we'll come back to the Hummingbird for a minute, in a minute. You do actually have a built-in cell phone holder, which I kind of chuckled at, but I'm thinking, knowing me, I don't know what you're like with your boat, but I'd be mounting one anyways.
Yeah.
And it's just a squeeze type, but I put my iPhone Pro Max in there, and it had no. It would expand a lot larger than that. So that's just great to have it there. Okay, coming back to the Hummingbird, what does this all do?
So this is the Helix 5 with GPS. So it's
Okay.
got the GPS, got your lake maps, but it also has sonar on it. So you've got your regular fish finder on it, and so you can use
So
it.
you can do wow. Now, I believe if you upgraded to the 7-inch screen, you were saying earlier that now you can do some engine things.
You can do engine function. So if you go to the 7-inch, then you can buy an additional kit to link it to the Suzuki that'll give you much more detailed engine function information.
Okay.
You'd still have the system checked, but you could have hours displayed on there. You could have engine temp, oil temp, pretty much everything.
It goes into everything. It's like a super complicated, not complicated just to function, but a super in-depth
Yes.
analysis of your engine and what it's doing. So, and that's an option you can put on it if you want.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, your throttle control, I like it. It's very standard.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
it's
know,
just
you get in here. I don't know if you ever stepped in, into a new car recently, and sometimes they're like, "Huh? Where do you put the window buttons?" Right? You want to say something like that. So, this is very easy to operate. So you've got your standard up and down for trim.
Yep.
You do have the push button here in case you want a neutral
throttle
run the
only.
throttle a bit,
Yep.
but because you were saying fuel injected engines, you don't need that anymore.
Correct.
Okay. And then you just got a standard, mark for forward, neutral, and reverse.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Down below that, you've got your keys.
Keys and then your
safety.
tether. Yep,
Okay,
your
safety
tethers.
tether. And 2 nicely lit cup holders. I like the amount of space in here.
They give you a lot of space.
Man.
Plenty of room to tuck your feet in underneath it.
Now, is this fiberglass?
This
or
is fiberglass. All their consoles
Wow.
are all fiberglass with the exception of this brow that
Right,
goes over the
right,
top.
right.
But the rest of it is all fiberglass. Real big, nice fiberglass piece.
How many speakers total? Are there 6?
In this particular boat, there is 6.
Okay, so there's 2 in the front.
here.
There's 2 right here, and then there's 2 in the rear.
2 rear facing. Yes.
Yeah, you wait till we get to the rear. That's going to be a fun little surprise. All right, well, let's talk about the next seating area right over here next to the driver's. All right, so over here next to the driver's seat, we've got another set of couches.
Yeah.
But we do have some hidden storage right here.
Yeah, this Chase Lounge folds up into a nice storage area, and you can see the depth in that. You can store quite a bit in there.
That's a lot. Honestly, I think I'd put a garbage can in there.
That's a perfect use
I
for it.
like that. Just out of the way. You're not going to get the smells from the garbage, everything closed up, but a lot of storage in there. Okay, so then you must have storage under all 3 of these sections?
Yeah, storage under all 3. Now, battery on this one's going to be under the corner seat, but storage under the rest.
Okay, and they pull out just like, it's just again a lift up and then a pull back, and I'll move this table for a minute.
Sure.
And there we go. A little more awkward. Not quite as graceful as I planned there, folks, but that's all right. That's life.
Yeah.
Again, the nice plastic speaker covers that just
speaker cover.
hide everything.
It's got the 360 drain around it.
And then you've got the same cup holders that you had in the front with the double USB A's right there. So does the corner one come up?
Yeah, the corner one does pop up. There's not a lot of storage under there. It's more if you had to service the
something.
flip-flop. Yep.
Okay, and then this one actually has a pull strap.
Yep.
Okay.
And that one's got a little bit of storage, and then behind it would be where you'd have your battery.
Oh, we got your battery, right? And you do have you can see the tray in there that covers all the mechanisms, but you do have storage on either side of that. So not as much as maybe say that seat, but you still have. It's just making use of every inch of space that you have. Okay, you have a table here that can easily store in one of those.
This can be pulled out of there and you can store it under here. You could store it on the console.
Okay, and that obviously just lifts out if you don't want it.
Yeah.
Okay. And it does swivel, and then you can see the 2 speakers that we have right here. Now I like that LED lighting underneath them. All right, so this one does pull forward, and that's where we're going to go next. But it's a little bit of a surprise. Let's just say I think you're going to like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is the surprise I was talking about. I figured I should have probably really brought some drinks to celebrate this, but look at this, folks. You've got a bar in the back of your boat, but it's also a lounge bed.
Correct. This actually folds down into a full sunbed area.
Man, okay, so let's just talk about the table itself. Yeah. So it's got 2 different parts. That part obviously folds that way, and this part folds this way. You've got a nice, it looks like granite tops. Yeah. It's not, obviously, but you've got, it's a nice, it's a nice separate surface from this.
Yeah, nice rich look to it, and it's got some thickness to it.
It does. It's a good half an inch thick at least. You've got 6 cup holders, all backlit. I mean, this is just what a pleasant place to sit on the lake, right?
Oh, it's a great spot. I mean, you pull out to a dock or anything, people always come out to this spot or go into channels. Yeah, it's the best spot on the boat.
You've also got raised a bar like for your feet.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
Yep, absolutely.
So like a real bar.
Yep.
Seats swivel and go up or down.
Yep, they're height adjustable, so
and they're locked in place. So they're sitting just like any pedestal seat is. That's what they are.
Yep.
And then it's a little hard when you look at the pictures online because it shows the 4 stools all stacked, but you can't see how there's actually 4 more inserts in the floor.
Correct.
On that side where they just go and store, so they're going to be solid and stay there without a problem.
Yeah, so when we convert this into the day bed, these just pop out of the way
and go there.
Yep.
Man, it's just what a pleasant place to sit, right? And not only that, but because this piece, this is how it is. If you want people there, and you can have it that way. Yep. But if you want a few more people to sit, you could fit, one person here, honestly, that could have their legs in on top of the bar stuff. Yep. This one's got, you could probably fit one more at the end.
Yeah, possibly.
Not sure with the cup holder, but you can certainly sit sideways.
Yeah.
And have a back. Either way, I mean, what a nice option to have that.
Yeah. And then you actually even have control for your radio right behind you there, so you can actually.
Oh, right within reach.
Yep.
And then, of course, you have one speaker here, and you've got one speaker over there next to the wall. 3 additional cup holders. Another, I called it a cutting board earlier. It's probably not quite the correct term. I was getting hungry. But you got another board that looks just like these, right on the surface there. How steady is this going down? I mean, is this?
It's actually, it's quite steady. It's got a couple of different locking mechanisms, one for each side, and then it actually has a strap going across the center. But you can tighten it up and make it real steady.
Okay. So you can sit here as the boat is cruising because you got the fence in, so you can be back here while the boat's underway.
Absolutely.
Man.
And being in the back of a boat, you're not going to get as much wave action because you usually have more of that in the bow and less in the back. Yeah.
Man. I have a feeling this will be the spot that's fought over if there's more than 4, right?
Yeah. This is the best seat in the house.
This is awesome. Yeah. This is really cool. All right, so and then here we are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a queen-size bed. So, I mean, easily convertible. Yep. I mean, you got it down by yourself. So you store the 4 stools, basically, and they have, the pedestal holders on the floor.
Absolutely.
And then it's just undo the latch. Yep. And, I mean, really, it was like a 5-minute, not even operation for one person.
It's realistic, a one-hand operation because it's got, you can see how easy that goes.
Yes.
Just drops right down. Of course, I have to hit the release.
There's a release button there, right? And then, when it's down on the side, you've got additional LED lighting from the cup holders shooting out to the side. Now, I don't know if it showed up in the video, folks, but when the bar is up, there's actually a separate LED light that shines down on your feet.
Yeah.
So, on both sides. So, that will give you also some light at night. Now the canopy cover comes to about right where we're looking with this piece here.
Correct. Yeah, that would be the back of it, and then it goes 10 feet forward from there.
Okay, so it's a large cover and goes over that center,
All the center
kind of
seating
dining
is-
room area
yeah,
with the captain's chair.
Yep.
Okay, so I do like, you've noticed on at the opening, it has a stainless steel rub rail that
Yes.
goes all the way around. That's extremely hard.
Yeah, that's going to be ultra tough. It's going to basically be stronger than most any surface you might run into, dock or anything like that, dock bumpers. And also adds quite a bit of class to the outfit.
It does, and then it continues back here.
Yeah. So this is all stainless steel. All this, you got a stainless steel Skeeto bar on there.
I like
standard.
that. Of course, the engine is out right now. That would be put in on purchase. But, you've got that nice, easy loop around. You sit back here and enjoy watching people ski or tube or whatever they want to do. You've also got a little elevation, so could be possible to do a little wakeboarding.
Oh, absolutely.
If you want to. More recessed cleats on the back end here. And then, of course, you do have a stainless steel ladder.
Yeah.
With, I'm guessing that goes down fairly deep.
Yeah, that's a four-step telescoping. It goes down quite deep.
And the reason I mention that is because if you have an older boat like mine, the steps barely go in the water, and you're doing a circus act to get your foot on there, and then you got to pull your right. It's quite the show for everyone else on the lake, but not for you. So really nice to have comfortable steps that go into the water that you can step and get up on.
Yeah, and that's got the extra wide top on it too, so it's really comfortable for. You've got the wide grab handles there for getting up on there. So.
Yes, those are big stainless steel tubes. Man, that's structurally is like wow.
Yeah,
that is something else. Okay, gas tank fill, of course, is right back here.
Yeah. So, got a 60-gallon built-in fuel tank, so
I'll be on the water for a while.
Yeah,
you may never need to come back. So what about warranty?
So warranty is basically on your structural is going to be a lifetime warranty.
Oh, wow.
Front to back on all your structural up to the decking material, the marine grade plywood flooring material. Above that, you're going to have basically a 5-year stem to stern on the boat. So
that's good.
Everything, vinyls, all of that.
Okay.
And the motor is going to be 5 years as well.
Okay. And is that all done through you guys when they both purchased here?
So yeah, it's a factory warranty, but we do all the warranty.
You do all the work, right. So if I've got my question is, down the road, let's say you have an issue with something. I don't have to go contact someone different. I just come back and contact you as a dealer.
You come back, you get in touch with us. We make all the arrangements. We do the work here. You take care of that. We contact the manufacturers.
In other words, you take care of your customers.
Absolutely.
All right. So if I wanted one, do you have it available? Or are we standing on a demo model? Is this actually for sale?
This particular one is for sale.
Okay.
Yep. And is available. We've got motors in stock. We could have it going for you this weekend.
Well, good. I'll just have my other friend write you out a check, and I'll be taking it. I love this. If you had to order it, like I'd say I wanted a slightly different color scheme, which I happen to really like this one, but if you wanted something different and you ended up saying, okay, well, we need to order it from the factory, what's the turnaround time?
So if they have it in stock down at the factory, we could probably see one in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
If they have to build it this time of year, we're probably looking about 6 weeks.
Okay, but that's not bad. I mean, a couple of years ago we were looking at, well, we could have one here in 3 years, maybe. So I mean that's okay. So that's good, man. Brian, what a fantastic boat! I love the surprise at the end there with this fold-up bar, and I call it a day bed. It's not a day bed. It's a lounge.
It's a lounge.
But I mean, it's so easy to set up and take down. You got your stereo controls back here. I mean, just incredible. Thank you so much for taking us through this.
Well, thanks
we
for
sure
coming,
appreciate
Nathan.
your time. Yeah. And thanks for watching.